How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another episode of NSDC. We're back with the crew, Doom, Sergio, and joining us today is Swammey, also known as Carter. How's it going today, bro?
Good. How you guys doing? I'm chilling.
Oh,
We'll be good.
Yeah, I know. We kind of called you last minute. We're over here recording at fucking midnight my time. Whatever time it is.
Doom, I know you wanted to touch on like things that have been on my mind this week. You want to open up with us? Open up for us?
Look, we haven't done this in a while. Just Swami, just so you know, like things you're looking forward to in the week, things you want to get off your chest. Something piss you off. And I've been in like Ninja Turtle world. It's getting crazy. SDCC drops tomorrow, today morning in a couple hours. I'm gonna try to lock in some of those figures. That's what I've been looking forward to, man. What about y'all?
I've been looking forward to those SDC. So those San Diego Comic-Con like Marvel cards, those are already out, right? They already handed those out.
Which ones? Because there's different.
So I saw the ones where it's going to come with, I think, a pair of kicks.
The Kith drop. Yeah. The Kith collab. I don't know if those are out yet. It's weird, right? They've all been great. There's 1330, right? 1300 of them out there. They're going to be associated with the Kith launch. And I don't know if people read the description on that, but I think Ronnie Feig, the main guy there, he kind of grew up with that 92 Impel Jim Lee set, right? The X-Men one. So they chose what, 6-7 cards, the blue team.
It's coming out this weekend.
It's coming out, yeah. I believe the 24th is the arcade, and then like the 28th is some other online / San Diego drop. So they will be at the Comic-Con from what?
18th to the 19th, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they killed it with those, man.
It's gonna be random, right? Like we saw the images on shout out OB put them out there. The black 101s.
I'm pulling them up now.
Yeah.
So I think I heard on Retro Show that they were trying to figure out like how where the cards go, like how they sell. I'm just guessing it's like a by order like situation, no? They're just like charging like by the order.
Random, right? I'm guessing they're just randomly.
It's just a random pull
in orders.
Yeah. I don't know how random it's gonna be though. Especially with like the 101s.
I'm sharing them if you want to pull up my screen.
Yeah.
But you like the way I picture it in my head is you walk up to a booth and you order a pair of kicks, and then you randomly get, these are all blacks, but there's a bunch of different colors. I think this Rogue looks sick.
That Rogue is crazy.
I love that Storm. I wish it was a white costume, but she's looking fire.
Yeah.
This one's pretty cool.
Yeah, some are numbered at a 122 and 121 for different characters. I think the red, they're not always consistent. I know there's some out of 30, just multiple colors. And then some are in like one touches. They're not even graded. So I have no idea how they're gonna actually like give those away. Because Kith drops usually they do like their own retail clothing with collabs. This one's gonna be an A6 collab. They usually sell out right away, and if there's one in person, if they have a booth there, it's gonna be fucking crazy to get in line for that stuff. So
it's gonna be random. I just like promos, and I think like with this one, just the set that they picked and the fact that they're numbering some of these, I think it's just gonna be like even doper than the Stussy promos.
I mean, look, they had that Kith box logo on the bottom left of the PSA slab. Like they did it how you want to do it, right? This guy clearly like loved this set. If you went all out, they have the arcade one up.
Bro, these are sick. These are cool. Like this foiling could be really nice. I don't know. I'm sure it'll look great. This is just a scan.
Yeah.
But you're taking like the 92 set art and putting it on a card. Like, I really like this a lot.
Yeah. Which one are you, if any of them, what are you going to go after Swammey character wise?
this would be my person. This is my favorite so far. I've seen this Wolverine. Sideways cards in slabs don't do it for me as much. So like this Wolverine is sick, right? But I personally I just love this Cyclops. Like he just got done shooting. His energy's kind of dissipating. This one's great too. I really like this, even though it's sideways. You got the team
squad. Yeah.
Beast is really cool, but this Rogue is
Rogue. Yeah, that's Rogue for me.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out, and I don't know what Kith is.
And they're a clothing brand and sneaker.
Yeah, clothing brand. They sell sneakers. They do sneaker collabs.
Like San Diego Comic-Con is like, I get stressed out thinking about San Diego Comic-Con. And I'm not even going, right? I mean, it's so busy. If I was to ever go, I definitely would try to get there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and make sure I hit those days. I know all the big actors and actresses come on the weekend, but it's so packed. Like,
yeah, in order to see everything, you need to go early. That way, you get a chance to look at all the different booths for sure.
It'd be interesting if it was maybe like some kind of like NFT thing where you maybe like take a scan of your order and it kind of like shows you the order and like what you hit, like what you like. If it was like something like that, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
because like how do you insert something physical into someone's like size, right? Like if it's by the order, like is it already in the box? Like what kind of situation? Like we don't know.
You remember Spidey? I remember watching a Spidey. He found that they were doing some kind of Marvel card giveaway at some booth he was at a couple years ago. And they just kind of gave out packs as you ordered. I would imagine maybe they have a limit, like a threshold that you're supposed to hit. Like you got to spend this much money.
Yeah.
But if you spend this much money, we give you one of these. And I think I'm sure it'd be random, but who knows?
So basically, if you buy the arcade, you get a chance at the 101. Like it hires your chances at the 101.
I think any piece of that collab is basically like a random entry into it, but who knows how they actually like give those away.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to start, just something fun, maybe not reoccurring every week, but maybe once a month. We're gonna look at a couple cards that went up for auction, and just guess what they're gonna end at. And I'm gonna hit you guys up with a couple of them. We don't have to pull them up. I'm sure most people will know just by hearing what I'm about to read out. But we'll start off with the 1995 Metal Blaster for Venom in a PSA 10. That has 2 days left and 20 hours. Is the ComC auction. And let's start with Doom, then Sergio, and then Swammey, and then I'll go last.
What card is it?
95 Power Blast?
Yeah, the 95, not the Power Blast. 95, the Metal Blaster.
You want me to pull up a picture?
Yeah.
Somebody.
There you go.
Oh, he got it right there. In a 10.
Is it a silver or like just a base?
Just a base.
Okay.
Wait, can we find out the current price? Just to gauge what's going on.
Yeah, that's at $38 so far.
I have no idea what these go for, and I don't check for Venom, so I'm gonna throw like 100. I don't know.
Okay, Sergio.
PSA 10. I'll put up 115.
Okay, Swammey.
69.
I'm
gonna go 150.
Okay.
All
I
right.
don't feel too bad about mine.
It's not.
$100 sounds right.
Yeah. We'll go on the next one, which is 2014 Rittenhouse, the 75th gold border Captain America, and a PSA 9.
PSA 9.
Listen, that's
What's current price? How many
currently 4 days left, and it's at $68.
I mean, that should go at least 500.
Okay. 500, Sergio.
That's a weird one because for some reason that Captain America card usually sells or tries to sell like pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. How many days? 4 days left. $68.
PSA 9, right?
PSA 9. Yeah, no
PSA
10s.
9.
Pop 2.
320.
369.
You guys are very close to where I was gonna guess. I'm gonna do 300.
Okay.
All right. And the last one, it's going to be a hologram. Last one,
shit.
it's a CGC 9 Moon Knight hologram with 5 days left. Starting bid at 300. Currently, no bids.
No bids. I'm gonna guess 1,200.
1,200. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna go a little contrast. I'm gonna say 920.
1,200.
11.99.
I'm gonna go the lowest of all you guys. I think I'm gonna go for 800 on this one.
I mean, but that's like some of the sickest art.
That's so dope.
That's
That
the,
art.
That's the best
You got
art.
You got the Spidey on the left hand and Wolverine claws on the right. Moon Knight. I mean, the thing is, I saw it. He had it at like 3K.
Yeah, he had it at 6K. Then 3K. Then he dropped it to 1,500.
Yeah,
and now he just listed it to auction, starting at 3.
Did he drop that Saturday, or did he drop that price Friday?
He dropped it either Friday or Saturday, and then he started the auction on Sunday.
It's a good idea to auction that off right now.
Yeah,
they're so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I want to talk about beginnings a bit.
Yeah.
If you guys are cool with that.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Where we at here?
What was anybody? Swammey, were you surprised that a bunch of those holograms got posted at once? After like everyone having that rare conversation,
I mean,
and all of a sudden all of them are popping up.
I don't think it's smart.
Yeah.
If I was a seller, I think there's a seller, Chimichanga. He's just been doing a couple each week. He'll just pop a new couple in there. But no, I don't think it's the smartest move. I guess. I mean, he put way high prices on everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's trying to work deals and best offer. It probably would have been this whole thing. It could go at any minute. This is the kind of thing that if you're trying to sell, you usually want to try to ride these auctions, because what they're going for at auction is plenty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like, none of them were the same character. I don't know if he has multiples of each character, but this is the first time I've seen Iron Man. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's the first time we see Venom, I think, too.
Venom, the Venom that just popped up.
Yeah, I had seen it personally because I was, I seen the images, but I had never seen it up for sale.
That's the second one. The first one, there was one I saw. I've been looking for like 2 years now, and the one that sold like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that was the first one I saw.
What did it do? I missed out.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It was off of eBay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do know, but I don't want to say. I don't think, I don't want to blow up someone's spot.
Yeah. No.
But
off of eBay. Gotcha. No.
Yeah.
I'm
not trying to like.
No, I get you.
But I got some. I don't know if you could show my screen again. But let's see. Yeah. So these are recent sales. Like 500 for the Loki. I know somebody that bought the Enchantress that was paid for. I was trying to get this for 469, but no dice. X23, she sold for like 1,100 a few months back. Yeah. And then one was posted for buy now, like 1,100, and it sold the same night.
Yeah. Shout out to Jacob, who missed both of those, by the way. I remember that day because he hit me up about it.
Dude. I went in the Facebook group at the time because people were like, "Oh, this is crazy, this is stupid," and I was like, "Hey, I was trying to bid on that. If I'd have even seen the second one that popped up by now, I would have bought it."
Yeah, it makes sense. Once you have two, like even there's 3 Hulks in the last couple of years. I bought 2 of them. I almost went for the third, but Scandella bit me on the third. But I already had the PSA 9 lockdown, which made the most sense. And I wasn't going to pay more for the Raw than I had just done for the 9. So that's one that, you're welcome, Scandella. That's not. Don't worry about it.
This is like, I think this is the third Wolverine from Series 3 I've seen. These are highs, 5,300 at auction.
Yeah.
That looked legit, actually. I've been tracking like the who's bidding on these. I don't know a lot. I don't know everybody personally, but you got two. This Scarlet Witch is fire.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the best ones for sure.
This Scarlet Witch is a banger. I mean, just to look at it real quick, that's got to be one of her best. They did such a good job with this set.
The art selection,
artworks.
Yeah.
What happened to 2011 Upper Deck? Like, you got the same folders with the same images hanging out. Why don't we anyway? But I wanted to talk about 766 for a Carnage about a month ago, a little over a month ago. This Wolverine, I think, sold for $4K. I have a Wolverine. By the way, I have a lot of holograms I've been buying for a few years. I don't have them all, and I don't have the most. But I'm also not selling anything.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about what I say. I want to talk about these four. So June 9th was today.
I was a bidder on the Gambit, but I wasn't willing to go anything over. I think it was like 1,100 or 1,200.
Well, don't say, because yeah. Because these are the bids. It's a little bright. I can turn it into dark mode, but basically what I wanted to say was, so this Gambit, this Jean Grey, this Wolverine, and this Psylocke, they all went at auction through ComC, right? And look at 44. Look at feedback 44. So what he's doing here, this is the owner of the damn card. Look at all that. So this is Psylocke. This is Psylocke. On June 3rd, this isn't the worst show bidding I've ever seen. It looks ridiculous, but I'll explain it. So on June 4th, he starts bidding it up with multiple days left before it ends. And someone has 175. He bids it up $5, $5, $5, $10, $10, $10, blah, 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 blah. Someone had a bid in for $500.
Yeah, I know
that they put in on June 3rd. And this fool ran it up all the way to 500. At 491, he was like, all right, I'm done. Or, I mean, at 501, he's like, all right, I'm done. And you don't see him again. He leaves it. So with 3 days left on the auction, he was good getting $500 for Psylocke and a PSA 8, and he was done. But other people bid it up to 1,600. The problem with this, it's like, it's not that bad because at least he didn't like bring it all the way up. But the thing is, like, with auction mentality, psychology, if you bid on an auction with 5 days left, the second you bid, your brain tells you that you own that card. That's why people get hyphy at the end of auctions. They get pissed. They try to like either make the other person go broke or win it no matter what, because there's a mental thing with auctions. They can't go low, but sometimes they go dummy high because of this mentality. And if you're bidding up, like when you look at an auction, like you brought up an auction tonight, the Captain America at $68 with like what, 7 days left or 3 days left?
Yeah, 5 days left. The World War?
5 days left, yeah. So in your head, you're like, this could go anywhere from 2x. It's probably gonna like 3 to 4x.
Yeah,
that's what I have to be prepared for in those last 5-6 seconds.
Right.
Like that's just the mentality of a buyer as they're buying. So if you have somebody, if this had stayed at $175 before he starts bidding it up, you wouldn't have seen the high bid that was bid on the 3rd of 500. You you would have seen 175. You have a whole different mentality going into that last 10 seconds.
Yep.
You know, so it wasn't so bad that he took it all the way up. Like with Gene Gray, he was good with $83.
I'll also say to the whole conversation too. By the way, if you notice, some of the ones who won that, I think the Gambit. If you look at the feedback on the Gambit, that's most likely a sports guy. Look at just the feedback on there, right? It's
This
a huge
guy?
feedback score, yeah. So a lot of times, especially if they see, you know, again that the bids are already high with only a few days left, in their mind, they don't even know how to gauge these cards themselves.
Right.
So, you know, his max bid might have been 2K for all we know, you know, just because he saw the action that happened beforehand. So yeah, it just affects everything overall. I agree.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, he tried to take it. He tried to take the Gambit to above 1,000. So he wanted 500 for the Psylocke. He wanted 1,000 for the Gambit, and then for the Wolverine, he wanted 1,500. And so he sells through ComC. He auctions through ComC. He bids his own shit up to minimum bid. He won't pay if he wins, but you know, this thing ends up going for 4K.
That's
you know, two people brought it above 4K.
Yeah.
On the Wolverine. On the Gambit, there were 3 different people above 1,100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, just wanted to point that out. Like, one, it's if you're bidding on ComC, you have to look at the bids and make sure the owner isn't shill bidding his own shit.
Yeah.
But also, like, this was a month and a half ago, and we're kind of in this area where beginnings holograms are kind of like, I would say they're peaking. You know,
Yeah.
I personally looking at like sports, you know, Jordan has tons of cards. They aren't numbered, and they sell for thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, just because they're rare. I think these cards are in the long run are going to be coveted. There's some of my grails, but when you're talking about, I don't know, for right now, we're probably at a peak. You know, I could see them going dummy in the long run. I'm not really worried about it. I'm collecting them, but at the same time, like, you just gotta watch, because now you have bidders in here that this is their new normal.
Yeah, new expectation.
And, yeah, like if I had this Iron Man up, I know no one's bought an Iron Man in the last year, right? I would put that Iron Man at auction, because you have these 3-4 people that are bidding that are used to these higher prices. They'll go high for it, but they look at it, buy it now, and they're like, nope, I'm not doing it. Maybe they work out a deal, but that just doesn't feel good to the buyer as much as like winning an auction. That feels fair, unless it's not, like I was showing you. Now, recent auctions, they're legit. Most of them are legit. I didn't see anything crazy or out of line, but I had to go back a month and a half, and that's kind of where a lot of cards started to jump a little bit, that initial jump. And so then you get in the head of the buyers and so on and so on. So that's all I wanted to bring up.
Yeah. No, it definitely feels like, you know, PMG, last year, February, whenever stuff was peaking for those cards.
I mean, this is a grail for me. I got to get this card. I didn't get the CGC.
I mean, I'll take the Lucky 8 over that, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, this goes hand in hand with the Lucky 8 in my eyes. Like, I want the Lucky 8 just as bad as I want this one. Now, I'm a little biased because I love these freaking holograms, dude. But
you know this, you know, you owning several. All the ones I owned, the 3 I owned, were all the ones with the Avengers in the background. I have seen some of these, and I'll tell you that to me, the ones with the Avengers in the background are just goated. They're better than the villains, and they're better than the ones with the X's. They just stand out more. I think Scandell was just talking about that himself.
Look at that old English villains font, though. You know what I'm
saying? They're super bright.
You know?
No, they're
stuff like that. Yeah, dude. I mean, the oh shit, look at that.
Yeah, that Spider-Man.
It's not getting it, but if you, Dang.
Then in person, I'm telling you, people have to see this in person. Like once
They
people
do.
bring them to a card show, they'll be like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah. Dang. This is crazy.
They're dope, bro. They're so dope.
I like Series 2. And Series 3, they both really pop. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we still haven't seen the Doctor Doom, by the way, either.
No, I haven't seen one for sure.
No?
We missed one 3 years ago around there. Even the Gambit, I missed the Gambit at $120, by the way. I didn't even see the listing.
Dude, did you see there was a Deadpool that sold for $300 just
PSA 8? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I had never seen the Deadpool before either, by the way.
So
I've seen the hollow effects. People get confused, by the way. The Marvel now are not holograms. They're hollow effects. They're different.
They're really, I mean, they're similar, but do you know how they're different?
Well, they're different sets, right?
In the way
versus
yeah,
Marvel
different
now.
sets. Yeah. But they're made similarly, no?
Yeah. They're made similar. I've owned the Superior Spider-Man, the Wolverine. I still, the only one I own now is the Rocket Raccoon. They're nice in hand, but again, the holograms blow them out of the water when you look at them side by side.
They do. I just posted a Wolverine Marvel now because I got a duplicate for sale. I'm trying to pull up because I can pull up a video in here. Oh, I probably got it here. You hit on my Instagram. Because yeah, unless you're seeing them in person, like these things are. I just posted this one.
Yeah,
and you can see
logos.
Like, it's similar, but it ain't this. Is that Wolverine at? Bam, dude! Like this is so bright.
Look at the Black Panther too. The Black, I never seen the Black Panther in hand, but that was one of the only ones I was interested in as well. The Black Panther, that one, look at that.
Yeah,
it just looks more layered. Like there's more depth to it. Yeah,
and I feel like the card stock is better too.
Okay,
slightly. Yeah, not a huge difference, but I feel like the hollow effects are slightly thinner.
The rainbow foil on that is crazy.
What are the pack odds on these?
1 out of 72, supposedly.
3 boxes. 3 boxes to pull one.
To pull one, and how many on the character list?
Oh, dude, I think there's
the whole squad, like one of each.
I got a save thing. So there were 42 in just like the first set. Oof. 42, and then if you go back, let's see, Marvel Beginning Series 2, there is 42. So I think there's like 144 characters.
Wow.
124 characters in total.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think the print run is like 70. That's plus or minus 10%, depending on.
Yeah, that's what we don't know, right? And that's another thing. Has anybody ever clarified from Upper Deck or anywhere whether some characters were SSP versus SP? That's another thing we don't know.
No, don't know that. Don't know that.
I mean, you would assume that like the bigger, like I say, like a Wolverine, a Psylocke might be like SP.
The Electra. I'm not even an Electra collector, but if you see that Electra is crazy.
That Electra is fire.
Yeah, where's it at?
Yeah. Was she series?
She's probably Series 1.
She a villain?
They got her as a villain? That's messed up, man.
Let's try Series 3. Yeah, no, I love these. I mean, when I was first starting to get after them, I thought I was going to complete the whole set. Honestly, I was like, shit, you know.
That's going to be crazier to complete that set than even the gold borders. You know?
Yeah. It's
just because of the price points. You know, the price points are way different.
Yeah.
Let's see, Electra. I know she's got one up right now.
Yeah, this is one
right there.
Dope.
Right under, you had it right there. Up, right there.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude.
So good, man.
I don't know who the artist is, but it reminds me of like Julio Perillo. Or is it Julio? No, not Julio. What's his name? Perillo. Last name Perillo. But he's
part of the villains pack. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's sick.
So good, man. I mean,
really good.
like these skins. So what happened was the way I got into these were the 2017 Holoblast, the Spider-Man Holoblast.
Yeah.
Dude, I got those in hand, and it was lights out for holograms and holoblast. Dude, I went deep. I finished that set. I went after the 2015 holoblast with like Spider-Man and Venom in the background.
Steroid ass Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, I don't know. It's going crazy. I don't know. It's kind of why I went after them so hard, because I started doing like calculations on print runs and stuff. 71. I don't think they all still exist.
Yeah, I think the true rarity is probably closer to somewhere like blue PMGs out of 50. And to be honest with you, it's one of the only inserts that when you see them side by side, they even blow out PMGs, to be honest with you. Like I have the 2013 Red Hulk, and I put that next to the hologram Red Hulk, the Hulk, and it's close, but it just edges it out. Yeah. It's close.
They're fire, dude. They're really cool. It's just, they just picked such good artworks.
Yeah.
Which we could talk about. Why are they picking the artworks that they're picking? I mean, they crushed it. Every single artwork is a gray artwork. I don't know. Is it just me, or
there's a few duds, but not for the most part. Yeah, they have more bangers than they have duds in this case, for sure.
Is it because I'm just seeing them? And it's like the only place you can get it, or they are that good? I think they're just that good.
They are. Even the Mysterio. The Mysterio looks dope.
Yeah, a lot of the artwork is good on those.
There's a couple. There was one. The Rogue is okay. We were talking about.
Yeah, like we saw, the Rogue is okay. It's like weird.
Nightcrawler is good.
Nightcrawler is good, but it's not Quick Strike.
No,
if that Quick Strike was in a hologram, wow,
too much, man.
Same thing. Like imagine if they, and I'm sure they might in the future, but if they use the 75th Gold Border artwork from the Surfer in a hologram from a Future Beginnings.
Dude,
be broke though.
I'm gonna pull up that.
I'm gonna hit up Swammey, man.
Couple people gonna be broke,
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Beginnings did it right,
Yeah.
And now, we want to talk about the new Beginnings. We saw another upper deck post. I don't know if you could pull it up, Swammey.
Upper deck I gotta have it somewhere.
I know I saw it on IG, and they showed a couple of the new card designs, which I was very pleased with.
Let's see.
And a lot of them do look like the original, especially the comic cut. It looks better than the original, I would say. Instead of a greenish tone, like it's more like, it looks more vintage. It looks like a vintage set.
I'm excited. I'm excited even for the buybacks. I know people are not into buybacks
for the base card,
But there's 2 base cards that I'm gonna definitely try to go after the buyback version.
Yeah, interesting that a buyback is in that set, right?
Yeah, they're gonna be out of 10 buybacks out of 10.
It makes sense, right? They did that with metal. What they brought back buybacks, so they're gonna do that with these sets.
Buybacks are a touchy subject. People get like upset about the buybacks.
I
was a hater. I was a hater at first.
Yeah,
really. I mean, when I first got in, it took me. I didn't learn that they were pack pulled with stamps on them until like a year ago, right? But I knew of them when they were still cheap.
Yeah,
they were super cheap.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I got it pulled up, but I only have 2 photos from Connection.
Upper Deck Entertainment on the IG posted them.
And also, by the way, while we're on the subject of the buybacks, shout out to Alonzo and Norin for that trade night, because there's 2 buybacks I'm still after. So in that trade night, I'm definitely gonna
hit them up.
Throw out some trade bait out there,
Yeah, man, they're trying to set up the community trade night. That's gonna be that's a lot of work what they're trying to do.
That's exactly what we said, man.
So
Are you gonna partake though, Swammey? You're
That's
partaking.
a lot of work. What's that?
You're partaking though in the.
Oh yeah. No, I think it's great. I think more than anything, it's just gonna be. It just makes it easier. Like I remember Valor and we did a trade. We agreed on a trade on a live one night, and just having a couple other people there, like, oh, it's a good trade. Like, yeah, it just makes it that much easier to be like, yeah, let's do it. You know, I mean, I've had some hard luck. I cannot get a trade. You know, I've only had a few physical, and one with Valor and one with a good buddy of mine that I've known for a long time. EPAC's a different thing. It is easier to do it there, but just to have, like, if they're able to talk about a trade, it's tough because I'm sure they don't want to like lean anybody in a certain way.
They don't want to influence.
It's like way, value scale is fucked up. Sorry.
But no, you could cuss here. That's the same thing I'm worried about, by the way, is whether let's say me and you are about to do a trade, right? And we both agree on value, but then one of them goes, no, we think this, we're not worried about that. If the two people involved in the trade are in agreement, that's where it does get a little bit tricky, right? I am worried about that side of it.
Well, I guess the hope is to think of the collector's perspective on what characters hierarchy, which one should be traded for which characters, which ones are equal, which ones are not. Like it's going to be interesting to see. It's all going to be, public too, right? Like this is usually stuff you see behind the scenes. So they are trying to make like a public record of certain things so people can use as guides. It just seems like a lot of work they're going to have to go through. And
are they going to do like a Discord or a Facebook group where you post? Because what would be nice is if you could post the cards you're willing to trade, and maybe they go through that the first time. But maybe if you and somebody else have a trade that you're going on in this group, they could bring it up in this show and kind of
ongoing negotiation.
Yeah, discuss it. You got the live chat. You got a bunch of people looking at it, kind of giving opinions. You got to have cool people too. You can't have like shitheads all over the place.
That's my point. And another thing too, man. Let's be honest. I don't mind getting people's input, like different people's input, but I would rather have different people's input that are actually buying consistently, buying and selling. If you're not buying and selling consistently, your values on what you think it should be is very different on what it actually does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, you're definitely going to see some cards that you can hit up people to communicate with, because they even talked about it. You can hit them on the side and set up a deal. It doesn't always have to be on their YouTube or wherever they're showing that, but it just seems like a large task, and we'll see how that goes. But it seems like a great idea if it can function. I'm sure it's going to evolve into something, because some things aren't going to work out. They're going to try it out. I believe they said it's going to be like a 4-hour test run, and they're going to do it once a month. So we'll see what happens.
Huge, man. We need it. We need it.
It also shows cards, and new people can actually see a little bit of variety, right? Like a lot of new people.
I don't need it to be. There's no like outlook of success. I have no expectation for it.
Yeah, me neither.
But we need a trade night or something cool. We need to try, and that's what they're doing. I'm glad. I've been talking about trying to get a trade night going. Last year with the Pokemon community that I'm in, I pumped up a Denver Collecticon, and every live I went in on all these PokeTubers that I used to kind of mingle with, and most of them I still do. But I was just like, hey, Swammey's house. I live 5 minutes from the convention center. I'm gonna throw a party on Friday night. Ooh. It was sick. We had like 45 people here at the peak. I had a kegger. I ordered like 20 pizzas. We had people cracking my whole kitchen table was just full of like boxes and product. Just people ripping shit. It was a blast. People were playing beer pong outside, and it was great. It was a blast.
Swammey, you hit the keg stand?
No, I should have. Somebody did. Man. He also about fell over my table too. I heard at the end of the night. It was good, man. It was great. You can't. It's so tough to make that happen. I had to all caps, A October. You know, I joke about it too, like, you know, big party, Swammies, you know, but it took a year of that. And then my friends got on board, these people live streaming. They're like, yeah, I'm going to go to that. And it blew my mind how many people actually came and came out of their way to come to Denver. They also had Collecticon. They also had the show, but they made a trip to Denver for that show because of the time. And it was a blast. So I want to do the same thing for Marvel somehow. And it doesn't have to be in my state, but I want to throw something, because even if we get these trade nights, you ever gone to a show and gone like a trade night?
Yeah, but it's usually just sports people. But I've seen it, yeah.
Imagine if it was Marvel people. How sick would that be?
Yeah.
You know, like Pokemon has amazing trade nights every single night at all of the Collecticons. They get a place big enough to get maybe 50 people. There's usually a bar somewhere. It's just a blast. You're just talking cards with people all night, shooting the shit, drinking, having a good time.
And even I think when I got into it with Marvel, I know Norin tried this once before, around 2 years ago too, where he would host it on his IG. We would show. But, you know, what that did for me, because I was, you know, fresh into Marvel at that time, and which is what I'm excited about new people, is you really do get a sense of what's out there. You know, like I remember, shout out Eugene, that's the first time he had showed any of his collection. You know, like it didn't seem like he was trying to trade. It was more of a show and tell. But at least I got to see like a lot of pieces that otherwise I would never get to see.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm looking forward to that. You know, there's always stuff out there that, you know, we're still learning every day about some pieces we might have not known about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that, I mean, and, you know, shout out to them trying to make that happen, see how it goes.
Yeah.
And what effect it does, right? Like, you know, same thing with MentalCon. It kind of opened a lot of, you know, communication. And we have people like Swammey and going to Discord, and, you know, you listen to a lot of other collectors out there. It was pretty cool. It could have a similar effect.
Yeah, you know, it was huge. That whole Pokemon deal, that was big for the community on a smaller level, right? The ability to like meet people. There were probably 5, 6 PokeTubers, I'd say. I mean, maybe 7, 8. But, you know, like Pokemon Knowledge. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Mm-hmm. Pokenomics, Mason Cardinal Gaming, Catch 'em All Collectibles, just all these different guys that maybe they have 1 to 25,000 subscribers. But like, you know, me and PK had gotten into it on a live multiple times, like arguing and stuff, right? And you never knew, like sometimes you'd get off that live and you'd be like, him and I are cool, right? You know what I mean? I'm just that way. Like, I'm just going to say what I think. And so is he. And we saw each other in Denver, dude. That had a blast with that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be cool to do something like that. And if we piggyback off of the Philly non-sport card show or Gen Con or whatever, but we got to make it happen. We got to you got to broadcast it for about a year. But it'll work. People will come. People will come.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And that's the thing. That's a dope part also of the hobby. You know, like Sergio and Doom could attest to this. There's times where we're doing private chats and we're not agreeing on what none of us are telling to each other. You know what I mean? And we're throwing shots, this and that. But hey, the next day
we
we're
rarely agree.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say we rarely. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, especially with you, like, we just, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it keeps it, you know, interesting at least.
Yeah.
No. Like we like the opposition. Like we like to hear you know, the nitty gritty from like the other person. So, you know, some people like get their feelings hurt and it's just like, dude, like, you know, it's just not for me. Listen, I like to say I don't like being everyone's flavor ice cream. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
And I'm totally cool with that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm my flavor. You can take it or leave it.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Sergio, are you partaking in the trade night? Or what are you?
You gonna put some stuff up there, man?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if not, if I don't move it, you know, before necessary. There's things that pop up here and there, like a couple dope pieces on.
You're bringing up the miles pieces?
My miles PC.
Yeah, bring it out, dude. Now's the time, bro.
Yeah, man, break out the vault. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Definitely not.
So, Swammey, I think another thing you guys all wanted to touch on was right?
Wait, before we get to MM,
Let me slow down.
I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for beginnings.
Yeah, me too.
We've all been talking about beginnings since that long ass fucking list of cards that checklist came out. Like, what the hell is this 3,000 card list or whatever for the first series? Here we finally see the jumbo comic clippings in there. You get some examples. Overall, like, it seems like a splash page, right? You get the border.
I can see people now. Like, I'm imagining, I'm guessing, I don't know, that this splash page would probably come inside the box, right? Instead of like a set of cards, it would be.
It's gonna be
like
a
box topper.
Yeah, kind of like a box topper.
Redemption.
Redemption, you think?
Redemption.
Yeah,
they said that.
That's dope. Okay.
That's a nice one.
But it's gonna be like a full page. I don't know, a lot of people.
Splash, that's pretty dope.
And we see
these are cool.
Yeah.
These are cool.
Those are dope.
So those are the comic clipping signature booklets.
Mm-hmm. I like all the photos except for like top right.
Oh wow! The servers are crazy.
For that one, the surfer one's dope.
Wait a minute. Which one you don't like?
I don't like the top right like image, like the kind of modernish characters there.
On the top.
I like the comic clips and like the back. I just don't like the
front
top
being
right.
the modern.
I would be down if it was modern, if it was a clipping instead of like, because this looks like a photo.
Yeah.
They look like they took a similar idea from Marvel by Braining. If you guys remember some of the stuff they did.
Oh, over the ages type of stuff. Yeah.
Like, this is dope.
Yeah, the lineage book. So those are the ones I know. Shout out Justin. He put a video where he's talking about maybe this is the Grail card, and we all have different opinions on that, but you have basically 6 different comic cut clippings from 6 different eras? Is that it, Sergio? How did they break this down?
I mean, Amazing Fantasy 15, and then they probably chose some iconic covers here to take little clips out of. And listen, I will say I like the card design for sure. I like the 6 slot. Like, I like the back. Still not a fan of the more modern images within the, I guess, like the front, but
the latter there.
With the whole like Grail talk, it's just like, man, listen, every set has a Grail. The Grail talk, every set's gonna have that one of one. Every set. The only thing that is pretty consistent here, the common denominator, is that we keep continuing to get AF-15 comic cuts. So if you missed out on the last one, you have a chance here, and you probably have more chances in the future because they like using that comic a lot, which I understand, but it's like, man, there's a lot of other comics as well,
And quick question for Swammey on that note too. Swammey, obviously we still got to do a Cards and Coffee, me and you, because I have a lot of questions. But one of the things I wanted to ask you off rip is, do you ever foresee, whether it's in the next 3 to 5 years or maybe longer, but around that time frame, do you ever think we'll get to a point in Marvel where, for the most part, people agree on the hierarchy of sets, or you don't foresee that?
Yeah, I do. I think.
Yeah? Okay.
I think everyone I hear from, like I remember when I first came into Marvel, everybody was slurping the 1996 Marvel masterpieces, right? It was like gold. It was like, I get it. It's a great looking set. It's one of the rarest sets from the 90s because it was at the end of a run and they didn't print as much. I get it. Hey, if that's the Grail to some people, fine, right? But I mean, for a long time, I'm thinking that's the pinnacle set. Was
it because you based it off of the price of a box, or
just listening?
Was it just like
you only had a few. There weren't any YouTubers at the time, and like I remember watching Sketch Card Hive, and he was talking about how this for the collectors that he knew, and he had been in it way longer than me, this was the set. And I actually remember 1996. There's a big YouTuber. He's lost a ton of weight. He's into statues.
Yeah,
you know,
Gem Mint.
Gem Mint.
Yeah.
He framed that set. I remember years ago he framed that set.
Yeah, I think he complained that they ended up gluing them right at Michael's or something. He talked about
some horror story.
Yeah, I remember
that.
So he, I remember seeing that back in the day, and then Sketch Card Hive. I'm like, oh, this must be the set. You got to start learning more, right? But it didn't take me very long to kind of be like 2013 Fleer Retro is probably going to be the major set. For me, it's not my favorite set, but I think we can all kind of agree.
I think you do have I'm on your side, I think 2013, but I do think there's a split divide between 13 Retro and 16 Juice Code. I think you have like diehards on both sides.
Yeah, Masterpieces is
I look at it. I look at it and like I think Marvel Masterpieces is something separate from.
I agree.
It's like its own pathway. Yeah.
And so even with the 90s thing, to your point on the 96, I think for some people it's 96, and I think you have to divide the 90s. That's another era. I don't mix them up either, right? Like 90s is no numbered. It's all just chase and cool inserts. To me, it's 95 over 96 personally. Just with the emotions, the hollow flashes, all that stuff. Now, but again, I see why people said 96. It's a shorter print run. But what you forget, too, with 95, you could open a whole box and not pull like a specific emotion of a character you want.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And with 96 I'm sure you won't complete the base set, or you might. I don't know. I've never opened one of those boxes. But I did get to witness Bill. Remember? Bill. Why can't I recall?
Watch Me Open?
Watch Me Open. Thank you. When he was doing that box break, he opened a whole box and never pulled the double impact surfer. Like, that's crazy too, spending $6,000, $7,000, whatever it was, and you don't pull the main, because that's the hit to me, but I'm obviously biased as well,
Yeah. I mean, I kind of look at it. I've worked like 3-4 hours on a video to try and like explain to someone brand new how to get into Marvel cards. I really could not get it down right. And I have a lot of content that I can, from all that work that I can put together, eventually make it. But I look at it like 66 to 89, like that first Don Russ set. And then the comic images. I think the comic images are some of my favorite personally. But then you have the 90s, the Marvel Universe, and it goes to 96. And it really, there's like an era of what I'm going to think of is like, it's you're coming out of the junk wax era, but you're going to have a lot of, for cards that aren't scarce, there's positives and negatives to that. It's like, you have a lot of people that are able to enjoy it in the 90s, and that's why they're even into it in the first place. So even though it's not rare,
it's more nostalgia driven than it is.
Right? So you can get that. What am I thinking of? Like condition rarity.
Yeah,
I think of that era as like condition rarity.
It's more like the card ass conversation we're having. It's more about condition rarity than actual rarity.
Actual rarity. Yeah, but because it's just everywhere, that's why people love it, because they're nostalgic for it,
and it's more accessible.
It's more accessible. A lot of people can get into it. And then you kind of go into the Rittenhouse era, which is its own era. It's a beautiful thing. I love Rittenhouse. And then you get Upper Deck 2011 to today. And and you might even be able to break off this from the X-Men set, the print runs going up from X-Men Metal on. But then again, in the 90s, there are a lot of inserts that are just impossible. Like out of this box, one of the reasons I haven't opened this box, the
silver X-overs. Come on.
Yeah, bricks. And I gotta be able to set it up with like that whole setup to where you can de-brick them without damaging them. that's going to take some time, and I'm probably still going to get 9s out of those silver X overs. So.
That's a great example, man, because I've talked about it to Doom a while back, probably over a year ago. Like we were going through speaking on the 90s sets, right? 94 Fleer Ultra X-Men. You see a lot of boxes on eBay, that's fine. But to your point, a lot of those are going to be bricked, right? And the pop reports speak for themselves. Like those 10s are super low pop. Same with the Hildebrandt 94 set, right? Like the gold SIGs. Yeah. There's a reason why 3 years later, when we entered the hobby, for some of us, the Black Panther is still a pop 1 in the gold SIG. And I'm sure if we take a close look at that 10, might be a 9, right? It's like 27 or 28 9s 3 years later. And then you see 90 MU approaching 30,000 or plus rated cards. It's not even close.
And people are still buying those up, which is crazy.
That is what's weird to me. But to each their own.
For sure.
And now we're getting the comic cuts booklets, which is out of 5. So it's just a modern card rarity and how they're trying to blend the comics a little bit more with the cards. I know the other examples on there, Swammey, you can go through them.
Real quick, I love this. I read the whole Superior Spider-Man run when it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I was in college at the time, but I like you get all these different eras of Spidey.
Yeah.
In the Discord, shout out to the Discord. You cool if I put a link up?
Yeah, man. Please promote it.
I'll drop a link in the comments or something. But I remember when this image came out, I was like, that's the coolest card I've seen yet. And that was before, because Spidey just posted, like, this is the Grail. I didn't even know that when I first said it. I think he just posted that today. But sketch cards.
Yeah, sketch cards again. And then these are like the acetate plexis, transparent pads.
One's a little whack. I don't even know what he's doing on that.
Look, I know you're in your feelings because your boy Surfer took an L on that one, but that's Fantastic Four number 57, a panel from there. Iconic stuff. We'll see. I don't know if they have any colored versions. I'm guessing there's gonna be parallels, but who knows?
And by the way, the reason he has his hand out is because he's about to fall off that board.
Look, whatever makes you feel better, you can go with it.
Yeah.
But this set definitely has a lot of parallels.
Well, look, I will say one more thing about beginnings that I haven't even touched on. I don't know if you've noticed this yourself, Swammey, but it's one of the only sets that is hard to find base cards from the set. Like the base cards some of them are very good looking to where I wouldn't blame why people wouldn't even want to sell the set. I'm talking about singles. You might be able to buy a full set, but if you go, for example, and look for it, here's a good one. Try to look for the Gambit. It's just a base card. You can't find it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Surfer is another one that hardly comes up. The Doom. Like, obviously, they're decent characters. They're not Wolverine, Venom, Spider-Man, but they just don't come up.
There used to be a bunch more like a year ago.
The set isn't too bad to get,
Yeah, I haven't checked. I haven't checked the last pricing on one of those.
Let's see.
Just out of curiosity, since we're on the beginnings.
So the card, I like the image that they use. I don't know if it's maybe like an in-hand kind of situation, but it kind of looks cheap.
Yeah, the design on it. Yeah, definitely.
They're not the totemics, you know what I mean? But they got to be careful.
They're not that. But this definitely looks like a Marvel annual card.
Yeah.
No. Swami, you're not messing with the totemics down there, are you? My bad if you're hard holding on something else.
No. I loved grading some of the. You can get Series 3 complete for $100.
Oh, okay. That's decent.
That's the first one that popped up. There might be a cheaper listing. That's just Series 3 too. But no, I really enjoyed grading the breakthrough issues in CGC Blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were really clean. They were really nice. Micro motions are dope. I think people are sleeping on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sold a micro motion recently for like $25, $30. I think it was like a, could look it up, but it just micro motions are sick. Like if you're looking for a cool card,
those are super dope. The thing with those, again, and going back to condition rarity, is that exactly that. A lot of them, their names are chipping off at the bottom, or they'll have like someone poured milk and let it dry behind the card type of thing. You know, it's like it peels sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you get one of those cards, you know, I would shoot for at least a 9 personally. But if you're just looking at, those ones are nice. The artwork is cool. I'm not a huge fan of those. I'm more a fan of the ones with the I don't know what series it is.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I got this for $34 last night in a 10.
That's a
steal. That's sick.
There's a lot of those going on right now, you know.
Yeah, look at Sergio because he just got one today. He's like, those are like, Sergio, tell us about it, man. What was the steal of the day?
No, we're not talking about that.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Which we don't see the micro motions in the modern set so far. Look, that to me again, like the comic cut. I don't want to see. Shout out to people who love the Spider-Man metal. It was cool. The Fleer Ultra Avengers, the fucking garbage design on present something like this clean. It has that newspaper feel to it on the border. Just classic, Don't if it's
You didn't really like the Spider-Man Metal's take on it, or
the Spider-Man Metal to me was too busy. And it had, I understand had different Spider-Man panels on it, and it tells a story that way. I think the AF-15 was a superior
cleaner
design for those. But to me, this is a lot better because you can fit any cut in there. It doesn't distract. The border doesn't distract from you. Yeah. Its tones are light enough to where it blends with anything. And the Fleer Ultra Avengers was the worst of them all with 4 different font types. It just looked ugly as hell.
Here's the Spider-Man versus the X-Men metal. The X-Men metal are just cleaner.
I'm not a huge fan of the X-Men metal either. But
no, but I mean, look, they're not too busy, right?
The Spider-Man's a little busy.
Yeah.
And to me, the best of them all is the Rittenhouse era, especially
the gold border, all white,
golden age with the gold border, silver age with the silver border. It was the best. But I like this approach compared to the first beginnings, which was a more greenish tone. This one's much better. I'm looking forward to these.
And that's the awesome thing about Marvel as well, man, is that no matter where you're coming from, this would appeal, I'm assuming, more to comic people than it does to just regular Marvel card collectors. You got the PMGs for the sports guys, and amongst other inserts, but it's just a little bit of everything. We got sketches, we got comic clippings, we have I think everything. It's just dope.
I know Leo was, we were in Swammey's Discord chatting it up about this, and Leo kind of mentioned it. This was a set more for comic readers. It's definitely back issues type of approach for this. You get a lot of vintage panels, a lot of vintage artwork, Kirby, Doom, Kirby, whatever. It's different eras. I'm sure we're gonna see some modern stuff too. But so far, what they've showed is mostly vintage stuff.
And it makes sense, right? Sticking to beginnings, to stick to the earlier kind of stuff. This is awesome, man. You gonna go for some of these cuts, some FF5?
I mean, if you guys have FF5s out there, chill. You know what I'm saying? Don't go crazy with the prices. But in the next slide, I think we get some of the base cards and how they're gonna foil these. So if you like that shiny stuff, they are using some.
Is he Swammey? Do you feel targeted when he says that kind of stuff?
I love the shiny stuff, man.
That's what I'm saying. If you love it, there's some for you too. There, classic panel though. They're using the same foiling inside and outside. You still get that white border. I love that they're bringing back that white border.
We've seen that art a little bit too many times for me with Wolverine, but I do love the bottom left little Wolverine portrait. That's pretty dope.
And then you'll have a flipped FX where you'll get,
the
modern
this
stuff.
Is a flipped FX.
That's the flip, right?
Yeah.
The normal one will have the modern as the panel.
Yeah. So you'll get this Wolverine art on the base card.
Yep.
In the bottom left corner, and then up here, and then you'll get this guy's face down here, and then they'll flip it call it Flipped FX.
Yeah.
Brilliant, you know. And then they got, for those, they got blue out of 125, black out of 25, and gold out of 101. Oof. And then they got orange out of 39, and blasters, you get purples out of 10.
Which Swammey, do me a favor real quick while you're there.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna start using this, so if it goes around, just know where this is started. After we're done with this, I want to show you something real quick. When we're done with the beginning thing, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. I mean, all right. But yeah, no, that's it. I mean, you get, it's a big ass set. It's huge. Yep.
Illustration board insert also. Classic, like black lines, comic book process type of approach to those cards. And I believe at the end of this one, Swammey, there's a green foil where you can kind of see what has a different texture to it. It's like a cracked ice feel. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
A little different.
Hey, and shout out to Johnny, because he's been wanting a Wolverine cut where they don't cut off his hands or anything, right? And that was a good example.
Hey, that's true. Yeah.
They kept the background in and everything.
But there's no, I mean, his claws aren't there, so it's still.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can't have it all.
Yeah, you can't have them all, bro.
These diagonal lines, I don't know if you can see them, but they're similar to the Flipped FX or the FX in Spider-Man Metal.
Yeah,
like the pinks and the
little ridges. Yeah,
that's what this is. So I think it looks good. I think the price comes down. I don't think.
I like the way the illustration board looks.
Yeah, me too. I like those. They remind me of the preliminary inserts from Greenhouse.
Yeah,
preliminary art. Some of the
I mean, it's got Campbell. I think
it kind of looks like a sketch card.
Yeah, kind of like prelims.
Yeah, prelims feel. Yeah, that price. I mean, they're going for what, $249 right now. I think they're gonna go down in price per box. This should be like a budget box approach, $100-$150 range. I'm thinking is the ideal area, and we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean,
very generous of you, but I think they're gonna open up like at $250, $299.
No, they're sitting at $249. A lot of them got canceled too. Like a lot of orders got canceled.
If I had a David Adams order, I would have canceled. If I pre-ordered for $250, I would have canceled them, and I'd buy them on the secondary because these will come down in price. Like look at this checklist real quick. Like, I'm just gonna scroll. I'm scrolling.
It's a lot.
Scrolling.
It's a lot of stuff in there.
I'm scrolling.
I had pre-ordered, what was it, over a year, like a year and a couple months ago for $199 each. I canceled them. These are gonna go down.
Yeah, I mean, like I got in early, I think below 150, and then I bought again when they were up to like 200 or 225. But this Australian seller was selling them, and they were like $130 or whatever in US. Remember when like Australia was the dollar was all crazy? That was the last time though. But to me, it's not that the set won't be a blast to open. I think it'll be a blast to open for 100 to 150. But it's just so big. There's no. It'll just come down is all.
And it's coming
a big old print.
It's coming out at the same time as the Masterpiece is coming out, so
great timing.
People are gonna choose, right? A lot of people are gonna park their money on pre-orders for Masterpiece, anyways. So a lot of these boxes, I don't think, are gonna sell at $249.
And we didn't even talk about Masterpieces yet.
Well, I
already saw that. Well, we will.
What are you gonna bring up, Elusive?
Oh, you know what I'm about to bring up. Go to my profile, Swammey, real quick. I'm starting to use this, so if you're not gonna recognize the logo just up front. You follow me, so you should. There you go. Click on that.
No, the other one. That's his die-cast one.
What is it? He got bamboozled. That's the burner page.
No. If you go back, you just won't recognize it because he took his logo out. He put,
So what I put? Elusive.
No, you found it. It was right there.
You found it. It was the first
one.
right
No way.
He thought he was looking at Derpa.
There you go.
Isn't this Derpa?
Let's drop a dude now.
So if you know, sometimes and I'm gonna tell you why. You know, sometimes I'm doing trades with someone and they.
What the hell? You got this card right here?
Come on.
You got this card?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Hey, let's get a public trade. Come on, there you go.
Hot dang.
Yeah. Thanks, man. But yeah, so you know, if you get that from me in a DM, that means stop playing.
The dog.
Yeah, the dog, right?
Oh,
So just so you know, it's TM.
God dang, what's this?
Oh,
That's you know what that is. Come on, you got some of those prisms. Come on.
That's not a prism though, right? It's just
but it's from the same. But you've opened them. Come on. Or did you buy them single?
You know, dude, I seen a full packet of these, but the price is like, I don't know, $400, and I'm thinking you might only get a few prisms with it, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like,
I just need the Wolverine. That's the last one I need. I got the Storm, I got the Cyclops, I got the Beast.
I got the Storm. I gotta grade it, but
yeah,
they come in packs.
Yeah, I have them. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Those they're dope though. Yeah, people don't have to worry about those. Keep going.
You're fire.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so we had to do some of these. You know, me and Doom, I've also been wanting to go through like the older sets, and yeah, man, just tell people which ones we prefer, especially like Doom said and Sergio, like we all have different tastes, obviously, so they're gonna have some specific ones they're after.
It's not hard, like, dude, it is not hard for me to just think like
95.
How is this not collectible, dude?
Yeah.
Look at this shit, man. God dang, that's heat. All three of those are just fire.
Yeah, Patellas, bro. They're all the same artists, mind you.
Patellas is crazy.
This is fire too. I like that.
Yeah, I found that randomly on eBay just digging.
Yeah, I'm not an Instagram guy. I'm really not.
No, now I see why though. The Discord is easier. It just this is the Discord I feel is like more private, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
which is cool too. Everything has its place. I like it. I just joined your Discord. I think we all did probably like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I think.
It's as private as you want it to be. You know,
yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to post, you can lurk just like everywhere else.
Yeah.
But you know, if you want to get people's opinions or just share, it's a good place. This is the heat.
Yeah, that one's crazy, man. That one in the top room.
Alex Horley, who's that?
Yeah,
Rainbow foil. Yeah. Rainbow foil, man.
That's another example, mind you, where I think the rainbow foils are better than the rare ones, because the rare ones are the ones with the gold bars.
Gold border all day.
But see, Swammey, they're always turning against the shiny stuff, you know?
Gold border. I
it just looks better, stuff. And it doesn't obstruct from the art.
Yeah. You only get it like cuts into this guy's eye.
Yeah.
And his fear is like
cool.
half of this card. You know what I mean? Like seeing this guy so freaked
Swami,
out.
we're not looking at the guy. We're looking at
you see, Swami, they're just haters. It's all good.
Yeah.
I just love the gold border. I like the actual border design on it. But no, I mean, you obviously you want both.
This is the great gold border.
Yeah.
This is not this doesn't interfere. This was a glob, dude. They just globbed that shit on the sides. You like that?
Yeah, no. I think the gold borders would have been better if you go back up. They wouldn't tell me they wouldn't look better if they removed the gold stamping, and it would look like as clean as the double impacts, just nothing but the art on it.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been the way to go.
I mean, especially if they were embossed, also. You know,
I've never seen that Moon Knight, dude.
That one, yeah, that's crazy. Man.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Moon Knight at all.
No, it looks like who?
I mean,
I've already been in on those globs of paint on the sides of the cars with Jake. So,
oh yeah,
he likes the gold borders.
He does.
Yeah,
he does. I don't know why, but
some of them, you know, have some pretty dope art, man. You know what I mean? And some of them do look good with the gold border. But you know, it's always nice to poke at the shiny collectors, because it's like, oh, it's like the shiny stuff. My precious, like you're holding on to like all the shiny shit.
I'd rather have the base than the gold border.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, look,
That's
we
crazy.
can get along. You give me all your gold borders, you know. I'll give you all the base and the shiny stuff.
Never bought any. Never bought.
Oh, well, you know.
No, I get it. You like the gold border, but
Yeah.
not for me.
I don't know. There's a tradition of using gold borders within Marvel cards, so I think it has a little bit of heritage with it, like design language passing through the ages is kind of what I like. Same with like the gold signature starting in '94, and we see it all the way to the modern stuff. I just like that they keep repeating that. You know,
Yeah.
there's always a shiny option for y'all.
Is that specific Rittenhouse? You know, if you take that gold on the side and that gold on the side, it's like a quarter of the card or something crazy. It just
doesn't affect too much.
Me, but
yeah,
like these upper deck would just, it's a very slight. You get most of the artwork. Like it's the same deal with Fleer Ultra Avengers. People are like, dude, why did you have these streaks going across the card?
Yeah, that kind of killed the whole.
And that went through the image, not let alone the edges, you know.
Yeah,
especially when like the art. Yeah, you're blocking a lot of like the artworks, you know, background, which is a big piece.
I like that Swammey said, you know, like he's rocking with like the comic images stuff, like some of that older stuff. Like it's like if you can put a modern like card set with some of those older images, you know, like that's just dope. But dude, like presented like nice, kind of like how Rittenhouse is doing it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes they just have like really weird choices of art, man. You know.
But that I mean, that's what's interesting about the new Marvel Beginnings. Like they chose not to bring back holograms. They chose not to bring back.
Well, that is that confirmed or that we know of?
At least for Volume 1, there's nothing on the checklist for it. Unless, you know, they become e-pack exclusives, which would be like a huge.
Let's see. I like these comic images. So just to give you a breakdown, they had a decent sized print for Marvel Universe, but it started like it might have gone up for Colossal Conflicts, but then it dropped off hard with the third and the fourth sets. But
and by the fourth, because I think those are the ones I happen to like. I like the 90 and 91, like the Jim Lee and the McFarlane one. Are you? Yeah. That was a question, Swammey. You're saying those have a lesser print run?
I believe so. So let's see. 1997. Do you remember the year?
Yeah, 1990. One of them was 1990, and one is 1991. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I need to hit you up for a lot of these stats. I know you have a lot of those checklists with all the odds and everything on there, right?
I do, and that wasn't made by me. I helped a little bit, but mostly it's just my buddy. Now, this isn't what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was nice too.
This one's nice, but it's not it's the Marvel Universe. Let's see. Comic Images Marvel. It's like Marvel Universe. Heroic Origins.
Oh.
This is 4 and Marvel Wolverine. Universe 3 is Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's a dope card right there.
So this is the third set. You had Marvel Universe 1, Marvel Universe 2, Colossal Conflicts, Marvel Universe 3, which is this set of Wolverine. It's pretty much Cool Cards just graded us. He just graded this one in a 9.5, and it looks good.
Yeah,
that's a great image of Wolverine.
Yeah. Still, there's certain cards that look so awesome in Beckett. You know.
Yeah. But and then this is the Heroic Origins is the last set, and it's the rarest of them because they kind of jumped off the print run. But that Black Panther looks good. Those are just good images. The only problem is centering.
Oh, okay. Do these get the black, that little black stuff that the other ones get, the 90, 91s?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, these come cleaner on the. You're talking about on the white border. There's like a
because of the puzzle pieces,
like a roller, something. Yeah. No, I don't think these do. Oh, look at that Elektra, dude. That's good looking. I just like the set. It feels classic. Feels good.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, to me, it feels like La Loteria. You know?
Yeah.
No.
It has more of that feel. It's like a
for sure.
yeah, it's like a Mexican.
The Invisible
tabletop
Woman is
thing.
dope.
Yeah, that one's look nice. Like, yeah. Look at that Kingpin too, man.
Yeah, look at that Kingpin, man. That's classic Kingpin right there.
Yeah, it's 007,
Big old boy.
Hey, that's a better Kingpin than Spider-Man Metal. I'll tell you that for sure.
Metal, man. That's
the Moon Knight was dope there too. Oh, look at that Frankie Ray Nova. That Nova looks clean.
Punisher.
Nightcrawler.
Look at this Nightcrawler, dude.
Yeah. With the yellow background.
That is classic. With the feet and everything.
Yeah, that's so, man.
Yeah, Frank Ray. I've never seen a collector, by the way, that goes for her. Have you guys? That goes like hard on Nova? I'm sure it's out there. I just don't.
Is he for Nova?
Ooh.
Is he?
That's Scarlet
Witch.
Yeah. That's like the standard centering there.
Yeah.
All the way to the right.
But hot damn. I didn't know.
That's a good Scarlet Witch.
Silver Surfer. You like this one?
That was nice, yeah.
Good looking Spidey.
Yeah. You know, what's going on with Storm there?
I don't know.
Well,
She's got some crazy hair. She's turned her into
her hair,
exactly.
Hey, don't act like you didn't see it, dude. Come on, stop playing with us.
I mean, it looks better than that Surfer, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Wow.
Okay. Well,
I'm pumped for this Deadpool versus Wolverine movie.
yeah.
They're bringing back a lot of the old school ones.
Yeah, Fox.
I think they're bringing back like the old actors from the early 2000s X-Men.
Oh, wow.
Halle Berry and all them.
Yeah.
And but instead of what we got, they're gonna wear like their actual costumes. So it'll be like an alternate universe.
They're kind of doing the DC play right now with the whole Flash in 1989 Batman.
Yeah.
That's the new wave.
Yeah, that's the new play for, you know, they're running out of ideas. What do you want them to do? If anything, the multiverse just opens up that many more options for them. You know,
they could open a book. You know what I mean? Like, damn, dude. Like,
they're gonna reset the universe, man.
They could have,
dude. I read. I think the last book I read was Gore the God Butcher, and he had like God Bomb, and I read the whole thing, and it was so good. And the movie we got, like, sure, I'll enjoy it, but it was not. Basically, they just used the villain, and they took Thor, and then they introduced Jane Foster as the new Thor. Like, they used that story to get Jane in there. I get what they were trying to do because they want to move forward with her, apparently. But they just bombed like their best. I mean, Gore the God Butcher, literally hardly anything is the same from comic to movie.
Yeah,
I don't know. What are you going to
do? Yeah, it's terrible. And now, you know, the fucking strike's going on, so we'll see what happens.
I was going to ask, going back to these sets that you're showing us, are you trying to complete these sets, or are you just like cherry picking the best artwork and tens? I'm talking about for your PC, not as far as like selling.
Honestly, I need to add these sets to a safe search. I haven't really gone after them except for sealed products. So let me see. So these, I bought a ton of these. They're they're like packs.
Yeah.
And I just bought tons of them. There was a deal. I think I got them for like $5-6 a pack.
Yeah.
And I don't know if these were like promo. I think it's all the same. I think it's the same.
No, I think those are part of the actual box. They come in those packs.
Okay.
I believe so.
Okay. Well,
yeah, similar to like 96 still comes individually packed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll grade these. I'll look for cards I can grade anyway. But like boom, like that one is probably off center. But this is all I've done. Just pick up some sealed, and one day I will grade. But I'm just I got to get to it.
Yeah.
So, how about you guys? Have you guys thought about looking at these?
Yeah, we've been picking up some. I think one that we all have in common is this one.
The Jim Lee one. Jim Lee set 2. Yeah, second set. It's tough to find. I've never seen a box, but I bought like a bunch of packs of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way.
And I never hit that card. I never grabbed one of those in all those packs.
Yeah, by the way, so this is a pop 3, and you're looking at the pop right now. Each one of us owns one. And we didn't even grade these, by the way.
Show me again. Show me again. Oh, damn, the Doom. That looks good, dude.
Nice, right?
Good.
Yeah, Jim Lee Doom.
I'm mainly after that, and then this is a pop 2. I own both. But this is another one I want a trio. You know me and trios.
I love that one.
You see, I like those inserts that kind of have that retro, that's like total retro. Like, look,
this one.
I showed Elusive a retro, and he was like, "Nah, I don't like it." And I'm like, "Come on,
that's fire, dude. The 2015 stickers, yeah, those are. Boom.
What are they called? 95 Fleer, like homage, or what is this?
This one's a 1982 Fleer.
They're
baseball cards in the back. Look at the back. It has that old school look.
There's a the Jim Lee like Rogue, the Jim Lee Storm, and that's it. Like that is just great.
I could tell you. I'll pull it up. I'll share my screen again. Shoot.
Let me back up.
What happened to Retroverse?
That's what I'm saying. Send the link.
He's like, I gotta change my. I gotta change the clothes real quick. I gotta get out of these Pokemon.
Pokemon tidies.
This is the Discord. It's called Marvel Card Collecting. I'll pop a link in the comments. But if you come down here, set data link. Our boy Mini Lopo, he's worked on this, and it's amazing. I'll pull it up. I wouldn't hold him over the coals over this. This is just his effort in putting in.
Oh, wow.
Look at these, dude. So he starts with 66. If he's got it in red, he's not absolutely positive.
It's questionable.
What's that?
It's questionable if it's in red. And he's sure.
He can't pinpoint it exactly. And actually, Stacking Gems actually hooked it up with a print run. And I wouldn't say 5,000's off if I remember right. One of these is right around 4,000 or 5,000 out of these early 1980 Comic Images sets. But you can come down here and he can tell you the print run of a box. Like Spider-Man Archives 2009, he's got it at 8,000. Some of these had literal stickers where there's 8,000 printed of this Rittenhouse box. Mm-hmm. And then he can take that print run, take the pack odds of your different pulls, and he can tell you, okay, then you're going to get 8,000 total embraces because there's one embrace per box, it looks like. And then there's 9 different embrace cards you could get out of Dangerous Divas 2011. So technically they printed about 889 total embrace cards, and you can just do that. 2011 Marvel Beginnings. This is where I get my idea that it's about 71 printed per character, because it might be hard to see. This is not like good content to stick on, but
no, it's good info, man. We've been needing a crash course on Discord because we're new to your Discord, so we kind of don't know where everything is, except for like no mic and the mail days or something like that. One of those tabs. Yeah,
just come down here, set data link, and click this, and it'll bring you to this. And then just come down here, go to Master Sheet at the bottom. It'll have everything in there. But so here you pull a Marvel Beginnings hologram, 1 out of 3 boxes, or one every what is it, like 24, 72 packs or something. But he's got it at 9,000 boxes, probably because he's being conservative. Could be higher, but Marvel Universe had 8,000 boxes printed. Dangerous Divas had 8,000 boxes printed. So if he's over by 1,000 boxes, then this holograms, there's actually less of those. But just like a crash course on this. I mean, some of these, like Fleer Retro 2013, you can take a pull of a numbered card. Let's just say PMG Blues. There's 42 characters. There's 2,100 total blues. And
here's what I was going to ask you real quick, Swammey. This is where I disagree, because just from what I've heard on just like one example, if you go to the Impel 90 auto, it says, is that cards per character that they're assuming, or is that still got to be divided by the characters? No, you were
where we at? Impel 90.
Where it says Impel 90 auto, right there. Is that per character? They're saying there's 131, or they're saying 131 and then divide them by the number of characters in the checklist?
He's saying total 2,100 and 131 per character.
And I hear from like big collectors, I've been doing this for a long time, people say that there's no more than like 25 of those autos. I hear 30.
Yeah. Pulls per box. So he's saying 0.5 pulls per box. The thing about 20, sometimes, like, basically all you got to know really is 4,200 boxes, right? That's a pretty much, because you can take, if it was like a PMG was like one pull per box or something, I can't remember. He might be wrong. He might be wrong on how often you pull an auto from 1990. And if he is wrong on his pull rate, and something different, you can take the box count and just figure out your own number.
No,
I can't. To me, I take this with a grain of salt. Like, I don't expect the guy to be perfect.
Just give us a rough estimate rather than being just walking in the dark.
Yeah. I would hate to like hold him over the coals over this. He's just sharing with anyone who wants to look. This is how I collect. I like to look at what's rare. What do I like that's rare? I like to go for it,
Yeah.
But that's just like a little thing. It's tough to look at that too long through this screen on YouTube.
No, but it's good info, man. That's a good breakdown.
It helps you out a lot. I mean, like, if you care about I'm not a huge auto guy, so I never double check them on that. But if you're going through this, it makes it so much easier to collect the way you want to. You could have done your own calculation using his box count.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good information overall. It's kind of crazy to think about, like, jambalayas from 2013. There's only 10 per character.
Yeah, that's wild.
2015, there's only 20 per character. It's like I learned this stuff through his link. So happy with it, man.
Yeah. No, but that's pretty rare, right? And there's going to be a lot of people that are never going to get to own one of those just because of the run, whether it's 30 or 10. So I think where it starts becoming more available to others is like 17 and 18 X-Men, right? They probably have like closer to 100, 120 jambalayas per character, somewhere in that range.
Why that close it? I could tell you. But yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
And that's cool, because at that point, if you want to add a rarity, you just add the grading factor, right? You go for the 10s. There are some 10s. Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with 9s on some of those rare items. But yeah, if you want to go for 10s and you want to pay the premium, go for it. That's definitely going to narrow down how it's just going to add more rarity to the fact that they're rare.
I bought an 8 Magneto. There was a 2015, I think it was a 9.5 2015 Magneto Jambalaya on PWCC, and the 2013 was also up, but in a PSA 8. And I bought they went for about the same price. But I went after the 2013 just because I'm like, dude,
It's an older set.
only 10 of those, man.
The first set, too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what Doom's was, a PSA 2, right, Doom? The Dr. Doom? The Jambalaya?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Although it looked cleaner than that. You know, I'm sure you cracked it, you might get a 9.
What you got in there, Swammey? What you got in that box, man?
It's kind of like my PC, baby. This is like my.
Yeah. Oh, that's your PC right there?
Yeah, I mean, these are like pretty much. I got this listed. I got it listed high though. You know, you never know. Like, might as well list it. But
I'm surprised you got a 10 on that because it's like those cards kind of like.
You don't need that card, right?
Yeah, you don't need that. It's not shiny, bro.
No, not that one. The other one.
This one, dude. I didn't know this was super short print when I bought it. I just thought it went for a good price at auction.
You don't know what short print. Let's talk about that.
The short print is pretty. Pick this guy up. I got to get this, but this is the rainbow.
Yeah, those are cool.
The achievement.
Yeah. This one. Love that Jambalaya. Venom. You get the big boy, the big dog. This is why I sent the Spidey in, because I'm trying to get it in the same kind of label. Yeah, I mean,
if you get a matching 9, that'd be sick.
Little blue eyes.
Oh, that's dope. I saw you pick that up. You paid like a K for that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the I think I got the gold, and I'm about to grade the silver of the blue eyes.
That's dope.
Blue eyes is dope.
Magneto.
It was 2015.
How long were you after that blue eyes, by the way? Because I'm sure that's something that you don't pick up for 1,000 unless you know what it is.
I've graded the set that it comes from a lot, and I just know that like this 9. I know this 9 is a 10 because these cards. This predates. This is 1998, and Yu-Gi-Oh! I think came out in like 2001 or 2002.
Yeah.
This predates the real card game when they finalized the look and everything. This was Marusho. You had Konami. You had
Bring it up close again.
What's that?
Bring it up close again. Hold on, let me so you can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dope card.
It's
sick.
I'll pull it up on the IG because it ain't coming up, but yeah. So it's Marusho. There it is. Sick card, dude. So this is this is 1998. It like Marusho and Bandai both had licenses over Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time, and eventually Konami got it. But this was during that period of time. This was like season 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! It was kind of dark and twisted. They made it more commercial to make it go mainstream. But yeah, I graded a lot of that set. I know how it is.
So again, that you're going with this based on condition or rarity, or are these also hard to come by in general in any grade?
I mean, for me, yeah. I mean, so these are all packed fresh that I got. 7.5. The Summon Skull. Give me a second. I'll hook you up. Here we go. All right, so I've graded. There's like a prism, and that's this blue eyes we were looking at. You got the golds.
Oh yeah.
Tough to see with the glare, but 7.5 pack fresh. Red Eyes Black Dragon 8 pack fresh.
Wow.
I put them. Yugi 8 like pack fresh, and what's going on here is there it is.
Yeah, that was sick.
No,
when they produced it, on the top and the bottom of the card, you can see like where they had extra card, and then they would come in, and then that's where they would make the cut. None of them have perfect edges.
Oh, okay.
So I just know that a 9 is like that's a 10.
Yeah.
It's also pretty rare to get.
So is that something you plan on holding on to for a minute?
Yeah, it's Blue Eyes. Like I was just about to say, that's one of the first Blue Eyes ever.
Yeah.
I'm gravy. I'll take it. You probably can't see it, but Dark Magician.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm a big fan of as well, just the look of it, is the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon.
Yeah. That's a little later. You like Summon Skull?
Summon Skull, yeah.
That's pretty dope too.
It's that prism,
That's dope.
that crazy prism.
What's crazy about that last shiny one there is that everything else is perfect, just the surface where you got hit on.
Yeah.
Like everything was a 9 or 9.5, or the surface got like a 7.
Oh, it was. Really? You know what's more perfect than that, though, Sergio? The fact that Swammey's now a Marvel guy, so he kind of doesn't need those cards.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, shit.
Wow.
Let's talk about it, Swami. Don't worry about it. What do you need?
I got a red eyes here.
Yeah.
Hey,
that
prism crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, the prism is crazy on those.
Can't get that one, but
no, it's dope.
Exodia, bro, full Exodia.
Oh my god, Exodia, yeah.
Wow.
Well, so this one just had one piece, huh? Not the traditional. Was it 5?
What's that?
Usually
it's
the
all
other
one.
Exodias is like 5 pieces. This one, you get one.
So I graded the full arm, leg, head.
Yeah.
They did that in 1998, but they also just came out with a full prism of it too. And hell yeah, dude. The set is sick. It's like my Yu-Gi-Oh. I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh growing up.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Just kind of got on this. I think I cracked this like 2-3 years ago. I still have a video. It's unlisted. But I got the video cracking it, and it's badass. Shit.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, I told them, check this out. Swami picked this up, man.
Yeah, man.
I was like,
I never knew about it.
Hey, Marvel Trade Night. If I can bring Yu-Gi-Oh to it, just let me know.
Oh,
bring that through. Don't worry about it. Man.
Dangerous.
We'll host it here. I'll help you out. No, that's a crazy card, man. It's dope looking. Me being to like even the Japanese side, I was telling you, I'm still after that the Masaki promo Gengar.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, and then I want to get back if a shot at it makes sense, even a 9, the Japanese Shining Gyarados.
A 9. Okay, I thought you said of the Masaki, because 9s are tough.
I see. They're around, from the last time I checked, they're probably like $1,100, $1,300 range.
Shining Gyarados. That was one of the few. I bought a 10 in that card, but I also bought a first edition raw that I might attend, but I had it raw for so long that I turned it into a 7.5. I fucked it up over time, I mean, pulling it out the binder and looking at it, and you ding it up one time. And that was one I always was pulling out. Yeah, that one hurts.
But yeah, that one. And the Grand Party. I had the Grand Party in the PSA 9 with the 3 legendary birds, but the graphic was cool. The little logo they used, the font. I messed with the font. I was trying to recreate that font actually, just because it looks dope to me.
Yeah.
No, I was keeping an eye on this PSA 9. It actually went for $619. So.
Oh, I thought it was gonna break. No, it is a good time to buy them. Yeah, for those.
PSA 9.
Good old Masaki's.
What about you, Sergio? What Pokemon cards would you pick up if you had to? Pick 1 or 2.
Man, I don't know. Listen, man. After like the base, like 151, like I'm not really too like fine, and like maybe like the Team Rockets, like that's pretty much as far as I got.
Yeah.
So you were messing with Dark Blastoise?
Oh yeah, like all the dark mains for sure. Dark Charizard.
Hey, I like it. Yeah, I like Black Suit Spider-Man too.
Yeah. Did you see that card because I know you're a big fan as well of that card, the Black Suit Spidey by the one from the 2007 San Diego Comic-Con, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that, what's his name, Poke Analytics? he has the versus system in a hollow of that card.
Oh yeah, and what? Graded?
I don't know if it was graded, to be honest with you, but it looks dope. Was the point, you know?
I picked
Because
it up.
you did.
I picked up one of those. Yeah. I haven't graded it, but
yeah, that was dope.
But yeah, those verse system cards are cool. I mean, I don't know who took what from who. I think the masterpieces took the artwork from Versus actually, but
They could
first. But anyway, I like the foiling on Verse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, imagine if that card was rainbow foil, just like the 07 Venom we were looking at.
This is one of my first PMGs. Magneto, purple. Ooh-wee, dude, this thing is.
What are those out of 5?
Out of 10.
Nice. Oh, okay, so those were like the greens.
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope. No, that Black Suit Spidey Man in 9.5, you're probably one of the only people that has that card in the 9.5, especially blue label.
I had a few people hit me up to buy it. That's a PC for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is the last thing I'll show. I kind of want to see what Sergio's been putting together with his like clippings that he's doing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, let's watch that, Sergio, for sure.
This is rainbow, but
yeah, Black Panther.
I got a Black Panther collection. These are nice in person.
How come we never see these? I mean, I've never seen you post these right here.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Are you like a closet Black Panther PC?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like on purpose. Sometimes I don't think about posting. This is sick. Yeah. This is like the foiling on the background. I can't get it.
Yeah, Metal Blaster.
Yeah, sometimes I just don't think about posting.
That's the same art as the hologram.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
My buddy actually gave me the retrospects. Actually hit me up with this. He just
Nick. Shout out to Nick.
Number 69 out of 100 because that's my number. You know.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that earlier, right? For one of your price guesses. That's a kaleidoscope. That one's crazy, right?
Yeah, this one's
2016.
That was crazy. Right? And a BGS9. What do you think about BGS9 just aesthetically for you? Because we were talking about this in a private chat recently.
BGS9?
Yeah.
The silver, you mean?
Yeah, because I'm okay with it.
I'm
okay. Especially
on
bigger cards.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And the last one.
Oh yeah. Honduka.
These are tough to center. Like
Swammey, I see you got a lot of like CGC. Were you grading these or were you buying these? Like, how did you grab all these like blue label 10s and like all this other stuff?
I graded.
Who did you pay for the 10s?
So all the PSA, I bought all the PSA cards. Everything except that Wolverine written in the stars. That's the only one I bought. That was a CGC. And I graded everything else.
How do you feel about like the CGC? Like, I mean, you have these CGC 10s, these pristine 10s. Like, where do you put them on? Like, as far as like PSA, like, do you feel just comfy as those cards being in PSA? Would you gold label those like BGS? Like, what are you keeping them in the blue slab because you feel like it's like a special thing now? Like,
all right, it's a long story, but so first of all, those are the ones in my PC. I've graded plenty of 8s, 8.5s. I tried to do that Women of Marvel framed. Oh shit! Those cards? They're beautiful. They got that frame on the border.
Yeah.
Try to grade those. I got hit with 8s across the board. I think I got 1.9.
They chip so easy in the back.
Yeah, and that frame on the border is actually a second card that they like glued on or adhesive on or something. And if it's not centered too, anyway. I like CGC. I graded Pokemon with PSA for years. And then CGC announced that they were doing Pokemon 2020. I sent to them in the first week. And those are like the only CGC Pokemon slabs I have left, really, because they were so harsh, that I can't sell those cards at that price because it would just be, I've cracked some out. I'm going to regrade some of them, but it's just like, dude, this is not a 7.5. This is not an 8. Because they were being a little harsh. I think they wanted to come out the gate and be like, yo, we're legit. But they were too harsh. But I just like CGC. Like, I look at PSA and I think Jordan. I think Michael Jordan. I look at CGC and I think comic book. I think characters, created art, created fantasy.
What do you think of when you see Beckett?
Beckett, I think Dragon Ball Z Cardos. I think Dragon Ball Z score, and when I see Beckett, I think Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. And lastly, SGC.
Oh, like Mickey Mantle. Yeah.
Yeah, older stuff, vintage stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I like SGC. I think their slabs look great. I got nothing. Like what? Didn't I just pull out like a? I bought this for like nothing. It's not worth a lot. That's why we got it.
Just don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with SGC grading, BGS grading, PSA grading, or CGC grading. I think they all
have their pros and cons.
Yeah. I think PSA is going through a little bit of a. They like 7x the amount of employees since 2020. Like, just you got to think. I know one time they 4x'd and then they added even more employees. I think they recently cut some back and let some people go. But when you're adding that many people, they're going to take some time to like get consistent, right? I saw a lot of inconsistency with PSA over the last few years, but they also expanded and did. I think PSA expanded and filled the market. BGS, they sat on their hands and did dick all. Like, I don't know if they were trying to sell the company or what, but they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't hound PSA for hiring a bunch of people to try and meet demand, and having a little bit of inconsistency. All that works out over time. But for me, I immediately thought Pokemon's going to look way better in CGC. It's just a more fun slab, right? Marvel looks perfect. And look at this. This is a Marvel cover. Like, that looks so good. And in a PSA, this is crystal clear. The case is crystal clear. I mean,
yeah, it is more clear. Sure.
I like CGC. I'm going to start grading Marvel with PSA. I am.
You're not putting it in the new black slab.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Even like if it's a color match, maybe like, or you want to just like pretty much like strictly go PSA.
Yep. PSA.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are abandoning. They're going to abandon that CGC ship.
Like that Wolverine, the in the stars one, that would look good in the black label.
Yeah, I'm going to keep I'm going to put that in a black label. I'm going to get the 10. I'm going to be completely happy with it. Right. I got 2 Iron Man 9.5 quick strikes. I got to get those in a 10. Right. I'm going to take those 10s. But no, I mean, I lost a lot of money with CGC slabs. Now, it's the narrative will get mixed up over time, but with Pokemon, I made a lot more money sending to CGC during that late 2020 into 2021 period because PSA shut down, right? And the market, by the time even those people got back if they did get it in before they shut down, by the time they got a lot of those cards back, that market had dropped anyway, and I had already reaped the benefits. Yeah. So CGC did me right in terms of that crazy period where PSA was shut down.
The 10 window made sense.
Yeah. But and I stuck with CGC because I like the slab. I think the cards look great with CGC. I PC my stuff in CGC, my personal collection, CGC. But you know, the market doesn't respect the 9.5 nearly as much as the PSA 10.
Yeah.
And you know, I've looked at, I got friends that have done the gem rate of PSA and CGC. I think CGC 10s and 9.5 combined for Pokemon. This is Pokemon, but it's a much bigger scale. It's like 34% or 36%. So you get the 9.5s or up 36% of the time. And most of that's 9.5. With PSA Pokemon, it's like 54% of the time you get a PSA 10. Right?
Oh,
so
shit.
not only are you there, they were grading harder. Supposedly they lightened up, but your 9.5s are probably PSA 10s.
Yeah.
And people are paying like some 9.5s will go less than a PSA 9 if the auction isn't being watched because they're not searching it.
You know what? I've always seen that. Sorry to interrupt, but I've always seen it in a different angle. Like I think that 9.5 shouldn't go for what PSA 10s do, because PSA 10s should, quote unquote, translate to the gold label for me. Pristine 10s. 9.5s are like I seen mostly for me they're PSA 9s. I'm sure there's
PSA 9
cards. Yeah. Like,
I mean,
I bought some. I'll give you a good example of one actually. I have 3 of these in different slabs, right? And one of them is CGC 9. Here you go, 9.5. Out of all these, the cleanest copy is this 9.5, and the poorest quality is the CGC. In the back, it's. I mean, you'd have to see them, right? I would have to do photos back and forth, but in this specific sample size, the CGC graded the most lenient.
Yeah.
And these two are better card and better overall grades if you see them than if you just compare it to the 9.5.
I mean, to me, what car was that? What were you saying? To me, it's like that's such a small sample size. I mean, I get that means more to you because you got them.
Yeah, I think
if you
look, what I was trying to say on that is my point is don't look at it as overall data. When you're hunting for your card, make sure that it's truly a 9.5, and just don't buy the label because it says it's a 9.5.
Yeah, don't buy the label. I mean, for me with Pokemon, the data is like your 9.5s are gonna 10. I mean, it's such a thing that I got friends that are buying 9.5s. Like last year, before this was like before that you could get the 9.5s in, they were buying 9.5s, cracking them, spending another $20 to send the PSA to risk a 10. They were getting a 10 with such consistency that they were making money. So that says a lot to me. Like if you have the balls to crack a 9.5 gem mint, you know, and then send it, pay PSA $20 to give it a 10, and you're consistent enough, and I've seen videos of this shit. I'm very confident in CGC's 9.5 overall. I know, like that example, I got another example of my own, but that's just kind of grading with any company. They're going to be give and take a little bit, you know. It's not perfect. But to me, like if I'm buying graded CGC, like I'm buying the best value. If CGC 9.5 goes for near a PSA 9 price, I'm going to buy that CGC 9.5 all day long because I'm thinking it's probably closer to a PSA 10 or is a PSA 10, and I'm going to get the value all day.
And even if it's a coin flip, the reason it just makes sense anyway is just because of the price difference that you're going to get between what someone's willing to pay for a PSA 10 versus the 9.5.
Yeah.
That's what makes it worth it. Even if you're missing half the time and it gets downgraded to a PSA 9, you know, you're probably going to sell that PSA 9 for close to what you were going to sell your 9.5 for.
Yeah, in Pokemon. And so to me, that gap should not exist.
Yeah.
Before all this boom, BGS 10 sold for not even perfects. BGS 10 sold for more than PSA 10s. BGS 9.5 sold for closer to PSA 10 than they did PSA 9.
They're probably like at 70 or 80%.
Yeah, I mean, they were. BGS was respectable. I never could have imagined we'd be here today.
Yeah.
And with CGC, I was telling my friends for like a year in Pokemon, guys, just buy the 9.5s, especially like the modern cards. That's a PSA 10. Take the price at like a third of the price. And eventually that gap started to close, you know, because that inconsistency in the market can't just remain. People eventually smarten up, you know, and figure it out. Like, oh, this is probably a PSA 10. They look at the card, the CGC scans really well. They're like, dude, if that's not a PSA 10, I'd still rather have this gem mint card than at 100 than 300 for the 10.
Yeah.
So that gap closes over time. It has closed for CGC, so they're getting better. But for me, if I'm going to sell a card, I have no reason. You know, I had a lot of draw to that blue label. I like the black label, but it's like, well, now I'm going to go with PSA.
Yeah.
That makes sense for you too, especially if you like the label and you want like uniformity in your PC rather than having it, you know, across different companies. For the most part, I'm split 50-50 between my PC being PSA and then BGS. I got 50-50. But it's just PC. You know, it's just some look better in for me with BGS over PSA, and I'll grab the BGS. But if it looks better in PSA and it's a 10 and it's close to the same amount, you know, a lot of my collection has come from, you know, cool card, like you said, shout out Michael. All my 9.5s I usually have bought from him.
BGS does some stuff really well. You see how this is a smaller card?
Yeah.
They do like a very light weld right here. I mean,
it's not dangling in there like
Yeah, PGS will attack a lot. PSA, it's like a big corporation. You try to send some goofy thing in, gets kicked back. You know, there's just positives and negatives to both. I have cards I like in PSA. I'm not a PSA hater, right? But Beckett and CGC, I'd probably go. I would want my cards in CGC, then Beckett, then PSA probably. SGC, I like. I have no problem buying an SGC card, right?
It ain't staying in that holder.
Huh?
But it ain't gonna stay in that holder.
No, it will. It will. I mean, yeah, I'll keep it there. I got no problem. Like, I remember what did I do? I bought I had a 9 like 2015 Storm. And like this one, perfect example, dude. I'll keep her right there. That looks good. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
But back to your own CGC thing, wouldn't that look better with the blue label? Since it's blue?
It would, but it's gone now, baby.
That's a good point.
This one right here. I had a PSA 9 Storm, same copy. I saw this one come up. I like the condition compared to my PSA 9. The price, you know, I wasn't dead set on getting it, but the price I got it, I was like, all right, I picked this up, and then I sold that PSA 9. And I'm good with this. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's just, I'll collect anything. Really, I'm collecting the card more than anything else, like we all are. But yeah.
That's dope, man. Well, thanks for sharing, man. Yeah, we've always, Sergio, did you want to share anything with us today, man? Swammey, tell me, Swammey, you're the guest. You make your request.
I want to see what some of the stuff Sergio's been cooking up, because I saw him like clipping the other night. It might not be ready, but
no, that's not ready. Let me see.
It's never ready.
I mean, I don't have any like serious pickups like that, you know.
I
don't know.
Come on, man, show something.
It's been a light week.
It has been a light week. You know, I'm actually waiting for something in the mail. I'll show something off though. Hold on.
Right,
you got. I'll be right back. Maybe Uncle Retro helps on. Hold on.
Where's he at, man?
Yeah,
that means he dipped. By the way, guys. I mean, he's not gonna show me.
Look, while we're showing up, I'll show off my new toy of the week. You know.
Ooh, nice.
I got this one. I don't know why they send it for authentication when they only cost like $100, but you know.
Yeah, probably because I don't know. They might have sent that a while ago.
Yeah, it took like 2 weeks to get here, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What do you got? Do you guys prefer PSA, CGC? Do you care?
Go ahead, Doom. You go.
But I like the CGC. And I got all my Fantastic Four #5 stuff in CGC because that was the plan. I was gonna do all the Doom, Kirby, Fantastic Four 5 collection all in CGC to match the book. But going forward is just PSA. I don't really see the option for CGC anymore outside of the blue label. That was a major, reason why a lot of us decided to go there.
You know what's crazy about Doom's collection, Swammey? If you really think about it, if you look at the pieces that he has, you're a coffee drinker or no? You know a cappuccino. You know the little foam on the top. He got nothing but foam. Only the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude. Damn. I was muted, but man, that was good. I like that.
That's what it is. You look at his collection, and he doesn't. Yeah. He has the shiny stuff too. Yeah, but it's all foam. Like you're not.
Little heart on top. Little leaf.
A little art.
Who are we talking about?
Doom's collection, man. I'm just giving him his flowers. Like everything he got, so you're not gonna find another one. Like he could pick up any piece in that wall, and you're probably not gonna be able to get it.
I mean, that's the goal, right? Some of us actually have, curated collections. You know what I'm saying?
You see, you give him his props and then you throw shade. That's crazy. Wow.
So I've been messing with Swammey, and I told him, I said, you need to get into comics, because, he likes some of this imagery. And, shout out to some Daredevil collectors out there, man, and Dante Collectibles, he's got a really dope page going on right now. I like his style. You know what I mean? He put up that Bianchi base with the preliminary.
Yep.
And it just looks super clean, man. So shout out to him. I like that he's posting up, and he has. I feel like as a new collector, he's asking the right questions, about raw, graded, and it's just dude, and at the end of the day, it's what you like, right? If you want to get just 10s, or some people collect weird and get only 9s or 7s or whatever. But he's picking up some dope cards, man. I like the little Triton promos that he posted up. So shout out to him,
For sure.
I like myself a little Daredevil, just a little bit. But I'll show these off, man. Like I said, shout out to the Daredevil collectors out there.
Dang, that looks cool.
That
looks cool.
And one thing that this is Italy.
Okay.
And one thing that I like sometimes on these internationals, you got these alternate back covers,
Yeah.
And just the different trade dress, obviously it doesn't say Daredevil, it just says Devil. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
And another one of my other favorite covers that tags along with that.
Oh man, that's the best,
Dang.
For me, with all the different colors, not exactly, but I'm starting thinking about Mignola.
You make him big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Doom codes. What's that? 37?
Yeah.
Yeah. That double 37.
Yeah, man. And check out the bag really quick, which if you're a Daredevil fan, you gotta love that.
Cool. Feel like Sergio's low-key
shout out. Yeah, man, that's my new PC,
You forget that he has a Silver Spectre Bianchi Daredevil. Come on.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's in the PC for sure, I'm gonna get that.
I mean, I don't think Sergio talked about it, but now it's out there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I should have a little fun with little Daredevil,
Vintage Lord already knew about that. Stop playing.
What about that? Did I collect Daredevil?
No, you have the Silver Spectrum. Doom was acting like it was a secret.
Oh no, yeah. He I think he wanted it or something. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
But it's part of the PC now. There's only 10. The other one just sold, and then before that, I mean, the last one that sold was the one that I bought. So I don't think it's a card you're gonna. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people. I know, in in the Discord we were talking about like tier system and rankings, and Swampy doesn't like S class, right? Because he said, what'd you say? You said that was like
shit class.
The shit class.
I never got it. I've heard of S class, like they had them tiers for years, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, but Swampy rated Daredevil at like was it a B plus? A solid B.
Yeah.
With A to B, no S class, just A B. He's a B. He's a B character.
No,
He's not a C character. He's not an A character in my book.
Yeah,
but not a lot are, right?
He's like I would put Punisher in that same category.
Yeah,
Ghost Rider in that same category.
See, and that's where it gets kind of funny, right? Because like you mentioned someone like Ghost Rider, and he's a B character for sure, right? Like he's not Spider-Man, right? Like he's not Venom. He's not like some of these main guys. But his cards will tell you different, like his card sales and like his comic sales and will tell you something completely different,
Well, I mean, character design on Ghost Rider is superior to Daredevil. I would say that much.
Yeah, Daredevil's just the OG,
Ghost Rider, man. Ghost Rider can't be beat. I mean, these bad boys, Elektra, shit, they definitely got a cult following. Hey, you bastard!
Wow.
Oh man, Uncle Jake, is that you?
Morning, boys. How's it going?
Good, man. You just woke up? What's going on over there?
Oh no, I woke up about an hour ago, did some shit, took Jay to shit to do.
Nice. Fucking taking a piss over there, Uncle Jay.
First night sober. I've done one night sober.
Oh man. How do you feel?
Hey, it's nice to see you, sunshine.
Go on, boys. Sorry, I'm interrupting the chat. What are you talking about? What's happening?
All right, I'll share it real quick.
Hey, Retro, I'm collecting Daredevil now. I'm PCing Daredevil. I've decided.
Daredevil's fucking cool.
Hey, Retro, I'm glad you understood the joke on that video we did with James.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah.
It was just I couldn't let it go. It was perfect timing. You know what I mean? So I was like,
well, it worked for one night at least. One night's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks for the slide. I just need one time.
In the words of some good men, don't be a quitter, Retro.
Yeah, you're probably right as well. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's appreciated, boys. Daft as it sounds.
It's all
sometimes you just need a kick. Just one little stupid comment. No, not stupid. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes just one little comment and thinking, "Oh fuck yeah, they're right." You know what I mean? It's like fucking hell.
One little comment. That's all it takes.
Why do you think Doom was still on that? Go look back at that clip. Doom didn't even smile. He's like, "No, that was a little too much."
I gotta let that go.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. So PSA, Pokemon PSA. You search Pokemon PSA, right?
Yeah.
If there's 102,298 10s listed. Now it's not perfect. You're gonna have some goofy in here, but for the most part, you're gonna have 100,000 PSA 10s listed right now in Pokemon. If you go to sold listings, PSA 10s, there's 110,000 sold listings over the last 3 months. So over the last 3 months, they have sold just over what's currently on the market right now. So it's going to take about 3 months, if the next 3 months look like the last 3 months, to sell out what's currently on the market. And then finally, if you look at the amount of 10s that sold for less than $35, right? Because $35, you're kind of taking a bath on those. I mean, a lot of these cards are not $1 cards. Some of them are, like this Alakazam. But if they sent in at 20 or 15, you count shipping and all that, maybe he's taking a bath. But like just a lot of cards out there that they probably paid $5, $10 for. So out of under 35, you got 25,000 results. So with PSA right now, just it's not perfect, but just in general, right now you have 100,000 listed. It's going to take you about 3 months to sell that 100,000 listed, and about 25%, you're probably going to break even or lose money on that, on 25%. With CGC, you got let's see, graded 10. Well, you can't do that. You got about 18,000 listed between 9.5. Let's go 9.5 and 10 together, and you got 18,000 listed. Solds over the last 3 months, this include 9.5 and 10. Solds, you've sold about 17,000 over the last 3 months, so just under what's currently listed. It's going to take you about 3 months to sell. And then if you come over and you do under 35, 7,800. So what did we say? It was about 18,000. So in this case, you're doing about 43%. You're breaking even or losing money. Now it is a little cheaper to grade with CGC. It's about $7 on average, 3 to 7 depending on your PSA deal. So maybe you call this $40, or sorry, move it down to like $29.99. You probably get a different number. But with PSA, about 25% of your 10s, you're break even because you sent the wrong card, in my opinion. But with CGC and Pokemon, it's about 40%, probably less. Let's just call it 35%. But you see the difference.
Yeah.
Because of that reason, that's why I'm sending the PSA.
Yeah.
Sending my PC to CGC because I don't give a shit. I believe in the grade. I think the market will come around on CGC in the long run. I think this move was a good for them in the long run, but right now the PSA is just it's just easier to make money with.
Yeah.
But that's all.
We don't talk CGC. We don't. There's no point for us to do it. It's like, yeah. The money isn't in it. It doesn't matter how good the slab. We've said this, Swammey, haven't we? I mean, they were always the best slabs. I like the new BGS slabs. They're fucking cool. But if the money's not there, I don't care if your slabs wrapped in fucking gold. If the money's not there, there's no point, is there?
No. So, and I took a hit because I like the experience of grading with CGC. I'm like, yeah, some of these cards I'm going to grade, I'm going to sell, and I'll just take the hit because I like dealing with CGC. It's worth it. But I think as PSA gets cheaper and cheaper, until I see CGC getting what I think it should get in the market. For now, ever since this change, I have no reason. I'll go with CGC for the clarity, so I can see my cards better than any other slab.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go with PSA. The grading's easier too for a lot of different cards. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
And you said that you're keeping the blue label. You're not submitting for like a black label or a new label.
I'm gonna resubmit my 9.5s for 10s, unless it's like a comic cover image or something like that.
Yeah, they've been on a rocky road since they started, 2019, 20 or whatever. The slabs fell to pieces, then they sorted them out, but the slabs have no value.
Oh yeah,
they've still got no value. You remember that, Elizabeth? Yeah. But then they've no value in the CGC slabs. Like nobody ever wants to buy them. It's like I'm not grading Marvel now because there's no value in it to sell. And a lot of all my cards are paid for, so I can still sell them. Like a lot of us, I can still sell them and make money no matter what because they're paid for. But it's why put it in the CGC slab and sell at the bottom? You know, it's like taking your card to a car dealer when you could sell it on fucking eBay, innit? It's like, why would you do it?
Yeah, not for selling purposes, but as a collector, I think like the only ones that would make sense is kind of what Doom did. If it's a comic cover or associated to a comic, and you don't plan on selling something like that, and that's how you prefer to display it, That makes sense. By the way, that's also good
100%.
for CGC if you think about it, because they're going to be growing organically because only people that are going to keep it as PC would send it to them. To your point, and to Swammey's point, if they were just trying to make money, they would send it to PSA. But the reason most likely they're sending with CGC is because they're going to keep it in their PC, which is good long term, I feel.
Yeah, it'll have a niche market, won't it? It'll have its own little. Because you think about it, Marvel's niche, isn't it? There's only a few Marvel collectors.
Yeah.
And even within Marvel, you've got the niche of people who really care about the comics. I mean, people care because it's like the latest fad or trend. But how many people kind of take the piss? You see it, don't you, like on Instagram posts, and people don't really care about comics. They like laugh at the likes of us who are into comics, don't they, or ignore us. So that's probably all the latest trend. So it's even a smaller fucking niche, and then you know what I mean. So for resale purposes,
I think that there's a lot of like Marvel collectors that don't mess with comics, and I think that I think there's even less collectors that do both. You know, like it's already a small like card community, but like way smaller community of people that do like both ends of the spectrum. You know.
Yeah,
I think so, and I reckon a lot of us will just end up, even if you don't know that person, they'll end up passing between each other, won't they? You know what I mean? They'll end up like, well, I've got this to match this comic book, and you say, oh, I've got fucking this, but yeah, it's good though. It's just a shame they stopped the blue label, but what are you going to do? They're not going to keep the blue label for fucking 50 Marvel comic and card collectors, are they?
I mean, they kept all the other labels, so for they kept it for the VHS, they kept it for the video games, so I guess it wasn't worth for the cards, you know. And I get it, and you know what? Listen, it's one of those things too. Like even the price point, like you're charging more than what you would pay for like a PSA submission, right?
Yeah.
So you're already paying a premium, right? You're getting graded tougher.
Well,
to the point where they had to like
do change. The new change
not with the new change, but before, right?
Yeah, before. Yeah.
So charge me the old price. If you want the new slab, buy the one for $19.99. Because you're already keeping labels anyway. Like I don't understand like what was so hard about it, you know? It's almost like a monopoly of the amount of people that submit comics to CGC itself. There it is.
I do got some comics.
Damn, so I mean that's what I'm talking about.
Only
this is what I was waiting for though.
Only Mobius. Only Mobius.
Those are sick. The Wolverine is crazy.
Yeah, that Wolverine. The only Mobius cover that I don't have for like where he came in as like not his own comics was a Static Shock.
Like that.
Because that's
cool.
Yeah, it's like it's the red foil.
Yeah.
In a 10 though.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's it right there.
But yeah, I mean Static Shock is the only one I didn't get because it's the last issue.
Yeah.
And it's like dummy expensive.
Less print, yeah.
All right, guys. So we're just gonna end it with some shout outs. I'm gonna start off on this one just before I forget. I'm gonna shout out Bales.77, I believe, on IG.
Yeah, shout out Bales.
Yeah, man, he's been following me for a while, but you know, he never shared any of his Marvel collection until recently. And man, he's been picking up some nice stuff, man. So shout out to you, man. You've been picking up some nice pieces. Congrats.
For sure, man. Shout out to Swammey and Retro for jumping in. We definitely need to do more time with Retro. My Wi-Fi fucked up. I missed out on seeing some nice shit. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Melfi, man. He showed me a lot of links to Pokemon videos, which I just enjoy watching that market and something different. You get tired of the Marvel stuff. It's nice to see, what's outside.
Yeah.
Shout out to Melfi though.
For sure, man. What about you, Sergio?
Man, listen, shout out to Andante Collectibles. He's got a nice little Daredevil collection going on. I like that, obviously like he posts like some base stuff, which you guys know I appreciate. But also he posted those really sick Triton promos, and that surprised me to see it from like kind of like early in his collection that he had that in his collection, you know.
Yeah.
And he's been picking up some nice Daredevil stuff, man. So it's always cool to watch. You know what? Shout out to Daredevil collectors out there. You know, I'll put that out there one time. You know?
Yeah, shout out to Daredevil collectors. And by the way, we do got some news. I'll let you guys know in the next episode. But I will say that Sergio is going to change his IG handle moving forward.
Oh wow!
and everybody.
It's crazy. It's crazy how the rumors start. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm not gonna put his business out there on the character, but I will say that you need to change that IG handle. There's only hold on real quick. There's only one Neptune card, and there's only one free energy. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this: Sergio's collecting sagas like Infinity Stones. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's acquiring them. So shout out Sergio. You know what I mean?
I wonder what stone he's on.
the Soul Stone, bro. Come on, babe.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm taking people's souls out here. You know.
Oh wow. Yo, girl, run home. Run.
Facts. Listen, I've been saying that. You know.
Wild.
But nah, man. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to.
Go ahead.
Hold on, bro. Damn, you ain't even gonna let me break it down? Like, damn, that's great.
Wow. Break it down, man. Let him know.
Nah, I'm fucking with you, man. Listen, Elusa likes to make up stories, you know. He's happy that he may have a friend join the saga, you know. It's just a matter of what character it's gonna be, you know. Yeah. But if and when it gets revealed, we don't know. Listen, Doom. You know, there's a lot of Doom shit that I still need to post. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
But there's a lot of things that haven't seen light. So that'll be after.
I'm gonna drop a little breadcrumb for someone, because I just like scavenger hunts. I will say that the character that seriously, the character that he's picking up. Let's just say that he's been picking up a lot of pop ones. I'll say that.
A lot of pop ones.
A lot of pop ones. That's
dangerous.
And a lot of different color pop ones. It's kind of crazy,
You know what I'm saying?
Again, shout out to Swammey, shout out to Retro. In all seriousness, thanks for joining us, Swammey. We had a great time, and we need to have you back and Melfi and talk about retro specs and retro verse. Talk about some Dragon Ball Z cards.
Oh, for sure, that has to happen.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Take care.
Peace.